3, 2, 1, and you're on. Hey, by the way, you know all those
blooper reels.
Yeah, besides
Sorry.
those, you know all the podcasts that we did record that were fucked?
Yeah.
I didn't bring my little list of content, so I can't remember what we talked about.
It's okay. It's okay. We
Okay, well,
kind
we're
of
just
like
going to
can
redo it all.
Acaback. Like, oh, it's so good. The content was so good. It was genuine. But anyway,
Yeah, well,
so we were
fucking
talking
great.
about haunted house and our experience with it, kind of things.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
well, let's just get
Like,
straight into that.
all right. So do you still remember that back then, like a year or two ago, when you are looking for a new place to stay, like a rental place, and then both of us are like looking at the rental real estate thingy app, and then both of us
I
like, oh,
remember
this
it
is
clearly.
nice, this is nice. Like, this is like shit. No, it's not shit. It's like demon.
We both started screaming, "Shut the window! Shut the window!
Delete the picture! Delete the picture!
Wait, and didn't a Freddy Krueger song came on or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what the fuck?
It's like a day or two after that. Like I still remember because we're both on the phone. We're not like on video call, but we are on the phone. You're going to the toilet or the store area of your shop, and then suddenly the Freddy Krueger soundtrack. Play the soundtrack if you have it. Like like what the fuck is that, Luan? I said like both of us are creeping out. Like did you shit or pee at your pants?
We both fucking shat ourselves, man. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
And we ended up in hysterics about it, but that was definitely a paranormal minute because we both reacted the same way. As soon as we looked at the house, we both screamed. Our thing was click, click, click. And then just randomly, a Freddy Krueger soundtrack song, the theme song starts playing. Like, what the fuck?
Like you are in Australia, which is like nearby the proximity of that area, and I'm here in Malaysia. It's like both of us are being haunted.
Yeah,
like this Australian ghost, like bitch.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was hilarious.
It is.
Yeah.
But at least now people know, like, be careful with the rental because it like this rental. If we can find it again, but I don't recommend you to find it. Like two psychics saw the same thing, and it's like a horror show.
Time. And like I know you're actually not too bad actually when it comes to that sort of stuff. Like you don't mind watching horrors and things like that. But I'm definitely no scaredy cat, and it was just fucking horrifying, man.
Exactly. I kind of like remember a bit like an image that I saw when I saw that house, the picture, the balcony area, or the parking area, and then the image that I'm seeing, it's like someone has been murdered there, or it's like a serial killer den or something. I was like, fucking hell, what's wrong with this place? And both of us are screaming our heads out, like, delete, do exorcism. I literally do my exorcism prayers.
I don't know if I told you, but I actually I ended up going back and looking at that rental online because
tell me. Oh my gosh,
because I wanted to. Yeah, I didn't tell you this last time. By the way,
didn't.
Everyone, we forgot to do our intro.
Oh, forgot.
Doesn't matter. That is our intro.
Okay, let's do the intro.
Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah. So basically, I ended up going back to look at it because I was just like, I was very, I guess, intrigued and curious. You know, like why had we both reacted terrified, and we'd obviously did have a third party with us, i.e., the music playing and stuff. It wasn't a coincidence. Anyway, the thing was, it was creepy as fuck. I had a good look through all the pictures, and the entire time I didn't want to look. And then I showed one of my medium friends, and she had the same reaction. She's like, no, I can't fucking look. So it was definitely a haunted home. And I'll tell you what, I feel sorry for anyone that has to live in that house. Because it's not haunted as in, a little bit of fun haunted. That was haunted as in, somebody's died or... it was
murdered.
Demonic and dark, like that was entity shit. It wasn't just a ghost,
Yeah, it's not like it's like a joke to spirits, like a little ghost, but this is like full on creepy Annabelle shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like horror show. It's like that's the first time
that was a real
had that kind of experience. Yeah, like
What?
I know Luan do paranormal shit and stuff, and I'm a scaredy cat. Even though I can see ghosts and shit, I'm a scary cat. That's my first, in a sense, remote viewing or something. Like, oh my god,
Yeah,
oh,
it's
that's
pretty
so
funny.
creepy.
But
And then
that was a funny
interesting
experience.
that we are talking about paranormal and
Mm,
witchcraft. Like
mm,
just now, I watched this TikTok talking about like book recommendation.
mm,
Maybe I should get that book, or you should get a book like it talking about witchcraft and paranormal.
mm,
Like it's good book for beginners who loves witchcraft as well as paranormal.
mm.
I haven't yet um reviewed the book. I haven't yet looked at the book, but this kind of topic makes me think about like this is a really good niche. It's like it's a good book for witches learning witchcraft as well as the paranormal shit. My
Yeah.
god. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps. I'm getting goosebumps
By the
talking
way,
about it.
everyone, welcome to the Luan and Richard show that we
Hey.
do on behalf of and representing BeWitchy, the brand. So we haven't done any podcasts, have we, for friggin' ages?
Mm-hmm.
But this is definitely going to be a regular thing now where we combine the podcast with the magazine and the entire brand and stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I guess we're probably going to be promoting BeWitchy Academy essentially as well in this. We have uploaded like our older podcasts to our new
Yay.
Spotify podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool and exciting. And we should
Yeah.
have done this sooner, but we're busy people and we've got a lot going on. So I guess we're going to probably do like a couple half an hour podcasts per week.
Oh, by the
That's
way, there's a customer coming in, so
um,
stop a bit before we like
okay.
continue. Okay.
Do you need to serve
I
them?
yeah.
Yeah, that's okay. We can
Ang
just edit
cellphone.
this out.
5:30 ya. Oh, ano na? Oo. Ano? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Cellphone. Ambil dulu. Nanti. Pusin pula ka. Okay. Ya, pusin. Oo. Okay. Thank you. Dr. Baro. All right.
So, by the
So
way, are you
slight
just sitting? Are
interruption.
you just sitting randomly anywhere? Or are you at a counter thing like for serving?
Yeah, I'm at the
Oh,
counter.
you are at the
I'm
counter,
literally
yeah.
at the
Because you can't
counter.
tell on this angle. It just kind of looks like you're sitting on a floor or a I don't know, a little chair or something. um,
No, no, no. I'm at the counter. Like in front of me, here is the door. This is the counter. This is like our mini home shop, like home family shop. And then just now, someone bought like a phone credit kind of thing. So yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
So
Do you know
sorry about
what?
the interruption.
No, it doesn't matter anyway. I actually reckon it's pretty funny, and I think I might actually just leave it in because it's makes it a bit more real, I think, and quirky. I'm not worried about the whole professional thing. I mean, at the end of the
At
day, we
least
all
people
watch
know that
reality
we are busy
TV.
people.
Yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, we all watch reality TV, and a lot of that stuff's edited out, obviously. But yeah,
Yes,
who
of
cares?
course.
Let's just leave it in. It's funny. Yeah. So anyway, what were we talking about? Paranormal stuff.
Paranormal, haunted house, crazy, Annabelle, Freddy Krueger shit.
Yeah, I can't. Well, I think we're both going to say something really important, but it doesn't matter. We'll get back to that. Yeah. So I guess essentially going to be covering a lot of different things. Have you got another customer?
Sorry?
Have you got a customer?
No, no, no. Don't
Okay.
have. Don't have.
Yeah, so anyway, so look, you know what? Sometimes we're going to have to do the podcast when I'm in the BeWitchy shop anyway in Australia.
Yeah.
So we're probably going to do lots of interruptions, so it doesn't matter. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
anyway, look,
At
so
least the listener or the watcher of this show knows that it is on the real time. It's not on the studio somewhere in the mountain. Like
yeah.
we're living our life.
So
But
anyway,
anyway.
basically I've left my little notepad, but I'm going to pull up a little pad and type up a little thing while we're talking. So I guess, we're going to cover a lot of different stuff, including paranormal things and experiences and stuff like that. Rich is also going to do readings, and I will too sometimes, I suppose, but Rich is going to mostly be the one that does the reading at the end of the program. We also want people to write into us, and you can do that by commenting on, posts where we advertise that. So people can write into us anyway.
Yes,
I
and
don't
ask their
recommend
question.
emailing because we get too many of those anyway. And when
Exactly.
we do those advertising saying, hey, if you've got questions and stuff, so people can comment on those and give us
Mm-hmm.
psychic questions and stuff, and we can do anonymous or first name basis readings.
Correct.
So
Mm-hmm.
we're going to do some things like that, which is kind of cool. So I'm just going to write this down on my little list. I'll just put advertised readings, and those will be free, of course. And then Richard's doing his at the end of podcast reading, and that will be just a card pull essentially, and will be for
Mm-hmm.
all listeners.
General guidance for the
Yeah,
listeners.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
general guidance. By the way, Richard, I've really been loving your readings and stuff, and everyone's really
Oh,
appreciated those and
thank
enjoyed them as
you.
well. And it's
Mm-hmm.
nice for everyone to have a fresh face, I think, instead of me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, you're doing exceptionally well. I'm really proud of you for doing that. And
Yay.
it's going down really really well. So just keep doing
That's
what you're
good.
doing. So we're going to talk about crystals and
Tarot cards, oracle
yeah,
cards.
we'll
That's
do
my
reviews
favorite
and
subject.
stuff. Yeah. Crystals, reviews on
Mm-hmm.
books, cards, tools, etc. So tools are things like well, cards really are a tool, but crystal balls, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, sorry, I was meant to turn off my work phone. So yeah, so just giving everyone a little bit of an idea what we're going to be doing and throughout these podcasts. But yeah, so by the way, like if anyone's got any stories that they want us to share as well, like their paranormal stories and stuff, again, love to hear from
Mm-hmm.
you guys. I'm just thinking actually to combat that email issue, people can email editor at bewitchy.com. That might be the best place to send emails. Because people might want to do this outside of those posts and not be able to find the posts and stuff as well. What else do you want to talk about today, Richard?
I don't know. What do you think you want to talk about?
We spoke
Like,
about so many fantastic things on our pre-recorded sessions for Spotify that didn't record. That was so much fun.
exactly. Like, okay, I have this one idea that popped up when I
Mm.
was like showering and pooping just now. Let's be real, Richard do shower and poop. I'm not a I'm not
You're not a robot.
I'm not a robot. Yes, I'm an Asian, but I'm not a robot. I do poop. I
You're
wish I
so
can poop
funny.
ice cream like a unicorn. But
You
you
wish.
saw the meme where the unicorn
Yeah.
poop the
I
ice
think
cream
I think
unicorn.
everyone's
I
seen that.
love it. But anyway, I got this idea
Yeah.
like do you have like story like how do you first encounter your psychic reading, like how do you start like doing readings for people, like I have my story, like when do I first meet the oracle card or tarot cards, like that. Maybe we can start like that, our initial story, how do we get into this fantastic and magical world of reading tarot cards or oracle cards for people. Like I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
hear
So,
from your
I
side
mean, we've
first.
got. If I could find that, if I could have found and brought with me my little notepad, then we could have read out all the things that we're going to be doing on this intro session.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but essentially, yeah. I mean, that gives people a bit of an idea of what we're going to be talking about, and we're going to talk about, witchcraft, the histories of
Mm-hmm.
witchcraft, the
Correct.
different paths. We're going to, give
Ideas
out
and point of
yeah,
views.
ideas and spells
Like,
and stuff like that. And do you know what else? Lots of tips and things like that. The other thing as well is I'm actually starting, and I actually
mm-hmm.
did already start, um, a program called 100 Spells in 100 Days, like a bit of a challenge thing.
Oh my gosh, that's so
So
wonderful.
yeah, so
It's
we
it
can
reminds
show.
me of that Judica Isles book, like 1001 spell book or something.
Oh, okay,
But
yeah, no.
one,
Anyway, this is I haven't heard of this one anywhere at all. It's something I came up with myself, but it's
yeah,
called
yeah.
yeah, and we're going to have all different types of challenges. But this one
Mm-hmm.
specifically is 100 spells in 100 days, and I guess what it's trying to, I guess it's probably going to be a lot of tip type stuff, like very compacted kind of spell
Mm-hmm.
work. Most of them are going to be video if I can find the time to do it all.
Mm-hmm.
And I did already start, as I said, but I haven't released those yet, but we're going to. And, we'll publish them here within these podcasts as well, so that they're everywhere basically. But I guess
Mm-hmm.
essentially, that we're going on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. So, you
Correct.
might only get previews on those other platforms, but the big one will be through YouTube anyway. So we've got lots of really great and exciting things to come on these podcasts. And our next
Yay.
show, I guess, will probably be a little bit better organised. But I think
A
that
bit more
whole thing with our
organized in a
previous
sense.
recordings not working kind of threw us a bit. But it is what
Yes.
it is. So, I guess I'd like to ask you a question.
Oh, okay.
And I guess my question to you would be,
Mm-hmm.
what is your favourite spell, or at least most successful spell you've ever done?
My most favorite spell. All right. My most favorite spell is my water cleansing spell. Like, do you still remember the Aphrodite spell that I made years ago?
I know, I was just thinking about that, and I was about to bring it up. Yeah,
Yes.
the love one.
Yeah, the love and cleansing and blessing spell. So
Yeah,
it's kind
and
of
self
like
care, self love,
um
like make yourself beautiful, kind of bullshit
so
spell. Yeah,
yes, it's
that
two
was
in
fucking
one.
great. Yeah.
It is. So for the listener, this Aphrodite love spell kind of thing, it's kind of like emergence of blessing as well as cleansing. So not only you cleanse your body, your energy, your aura, but you also bless yourself with the grace of the goddess Aphrodite,
Yeah.
which is the goddess of love, beauty, intelligence, eloquence, yada yada yada. And I do love her. Like she's one of my um favorite goddess, to put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, and look, I actually worked on that spell. I wish I could find it actually. I should get you to um give it to me again, because I can't remember, because I remember I typed it all up and designed artwork
Yeah,
and stuff. Do you remember?
yeah,
But
yeah. You
those were
type
on
it
our
up
old
like
accounts, and I can't remember or find any of that
it's
stuff.
in the old account or somewhere in BeWitchy or something, but it's like very, very,
Mm,
very old post, like
yeah.
5 years ago or something, like so old. That's like one of
No,
my
I reckon maybe
first
longer than that, 7 or 8 years
longer.
possibly. Yeah, because we'd only just
Yeah.
been friends for a couple of years, at the most, a
Yeah.
year or two.
For those who are interested, like me and Luan has been friends for almost 10 years. So I think
Mm,
like 8 or 9 years or something,
mm,
but I'll just
yeah,
regard it as almost a decade.
yeah.
Like, see, it
And
was that long ago.
I've been mentoring Richard for most of those years, but you're
Mhm.
amazingly gifted yourself anyway. I guess essentially where you've mostly needed, I mean, you've had needed some technical support, I suppose, but
Mhm.
I guess essentially where you've needed it more is with in regards to I guess business advice,
Mhm.
sensibility, and also protecting yourself and boundaries and all that. Like I've constantly been there, like reminding you and helping you along with all that sort of stuff,
Correct.
and
Correct.
helping, I guess, with some of your techniques and coping techniques and all that
Mhm.
sort of stuff. Because as we were discussing the other day, there
Mhm.
can be a certain, doesn't matter how good you are, there can be a certain amount of anxiety or stress that comes with being a reader, because you're dealing with a lot of people who are running very high on emotions, and they can
True
be
that.
angry emotions, frustrated, blah, blah, blah. Um,
Sad, obsessive, in denial.
yeah, 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 exactly. But anyway, that's all good. But you've come so far and you're actually genuinely gifted. I would never get
Mhm.
involved with or mentor anyone who wasn't. I'm actually not allowed to. Um,
Mhm.
and yeah, I mean, everyone has a certain amount of intuition and instinct. We all do. We're born with it. People have
Mhm.
different levels of it. So I have met a few people in my lifetime that near next to don't have anything. Um, but
Mhm.
generally, the problem is you're getting people who are on this whole everyone's psychic, and I'm going to sell you my course, and I'm going to do this and that,
Mhm.
and blah blah blah, and it's all just a farce and a scam, really. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
you're either gifted and you're born that way, or you're not. You don't just wake up one day and go, "Hey, I'm a reader." That's bullshit. That is absolute bullshit.
Exactly. Like,
Um,
for example, I'm so sorry to cut you off,
no,
but
you're
the
right.
example that I always like to give to people is like learning to cook. Like you can teach anyone to cook, but not everyone can be a 5-star Michelin chef. It's
Yeah,
like you have
exactly.
to have those taste bud, like having those DNA, like that particular taste bud is
Yeah.
very, very rare. Like you can, like those
And the problem
Michelin
is,
level.
I'm going to
Yeah.
cut you off now because the problem is a lot of it is ego. Do you know what I mean? Like you get people who
Yes,
are very
exactly.
intrigued by it, and they might even get envious or
Mm-hmm.
be so into someone who is a really good reader. They want to be like them, and they want to jump on that bandwagon, not realizing that there's a lot more to it than just being gifted anyway. There's a whole skill
Exactly.
set you've got to have. You've got to be compassionate and understanding, non judgmental. I get clients all the time who come to me very upset because they've gone to a reader who judged them because they were perhaps cheating or cheating with someone else's husband or wife. If you're
Mm-hmm.
actually a legit reader, you don't do that. You don't give personal opinions. You don't make personal judgments. You just say what spirit
Mm-hmm.
says for you to say. And often it doesn't come with judgment. It's very, very rare for it too, because spirit knows, and we should understand as human beings, especially as professional readers, that there's always
Mm-hmm.
a bigger picture there, or there's shit that we don't know about it, and it's not our business to be judging. People aren't paying us for personal opinions and personal judgments. Um,
Exactly.
so it's kind of a bit of a pet peeve of mine and yours that all these people are, suddenly psychic,
Mm-hmm.
proclaiming to be psychic, and it's just a load of fucking shit, and that's the bottom line of it. Um, we're running out of time, so I reckon you should do like a
All
little
right.
reading now, general reading for our podcast listeners.
All right, a general reading.
Yeah.
So for now, I'll be using the Angel Dreams Oracle card
Mm-hmm.
to see what message does our angel and guides wish to tell us or the listener today. So let me shuffle the card for a while and pick one card to represent the lesson that the listener needs to hear right now.
Mm-hmm.
So the card that come up is the Moonstone card, mystery and intuition. So I like how this card kind of like connected to the earlier part of the reading or earlier part of the podcast where we are talking about the paranormal and the mystery side of things. And the idea of this card is like the idea from the spirit guide. They're saying that there's a lot of things that in this universe, in this world, in this dimension that we do not know about. So it's up to us to discover it one by one, learn it to our best ability, but do not be scared. All right. Yes, there is a boogeyman. Yes, there is angels, but there's always blessings in every situation. Not all angels are angels, but not all demons are very demonic. That's the thing that the angels and guides wish to tell you. And do not have any bias. And the power of discernment is the most beautiful and most powerful thing in our life right now. So the card here, if you see it on the picture here, it
Mm-hmm.
shows a wolf. Sometimes that we have to be like a lone wolf in our spiritual journey, where sometimes some people might not understand or half understand what we are doing or our logic. But the thing is, we live our own life. We live in our own world. As long as it makes sense and it doesn't harm anyone else, it will be a beautiful, beautiful life. That's all. Oh my God. You're, oh my God,
I was
Luan.
trying to scare you.
I was like, is she drinking out of a cup or something, or is that a
That
Darth
was the
Vader
only fucking
mask?
thing I had around here. I was like, where's all my scary masks? That's so funny.
Try a
Anyway.
scary mask. Like, the one know that I have the tendency whenever I do readings or channeling, I tend to close my eyes, and she always like to scare the shit out of me. Like, what?
That is so
You lucky
funny.
I already pooped today. If I not, I will poop myself.
Oh my god, that is fucking hilarious. Anyway, that was great. Great little quick first show. We're probably going to come in under
Mhm.
30 minutes, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. We're going to say goodbye, and we're going to see everyone in, or you'll hear from us anyway in the next few days.
All right.
Toodaloo. Bye
Toodaloo.
bye.
Bye bye.
Right, how do I fucking turn the recording off?
I wanted to say toodaloo, motherfuckers. Oh my God, that would be so funny to us anyway.